Lesson 3.
Intentional sacrifice. Sili ya kuangukia. The reason why I'm saying intentional, because sometimes we usually sacrifice when it's beneficial to us.
I feel we sacrifice when an external factor comes and forces us to. You'll sacrifice. Mtu akikwambia niaje, najua kuna 50 bob, watanisaidia na 10 bob. So it's only when an external factor comes that makes you say, okay, now I can sacrifice.
Or sacrifice at your convenience. Going out and buying your wife flowers when she's pissed you off is not easy than when you are feeling good about her. It's not easy than when you woke up in the morning, you can actually go buy flowers. But ile siku amekukasirisha, has done something to hurt you, and still be intentional to do something for her. It's not.
So it is, you're doing something against everything about yourself, against everything you're feeling, but you're keeping a commitment to
even when
doing
you don't,
something.
Yes, even when you don't, especially when you don't feel like it. That's being intentional.
I know a couple friend who, you know those rules you give just to make sure that regardless of how we feel about each other, these are things that we need to do. So there's a couple that decided, hata tukikosana, utanipeleka nyumbani. Like now that's the chick. Utanipeleka nyumbani, you'll make sure I get to the house. I know a different couple who decided, even when we are mad at each other, because both, one of their love languages was touch. You will hold my hand. Especially if you are walking. So tumejamishana tukiwa kwa nyumba, unashikilia mkono. You might be holding a grudge, you're pissed off. Hata fadhali unamfinya.
Unahold your grudge.
But unashikilia mkono wake. Hata fadhali uifinye. Unashikilia mkono unasema by the way, tuli agree. And there are times when you are mad at each other and you're going to the same bed. Hata mtaki kugusana hivi.
Hata kuangaliana.
Hata kuangaliana. And we always pray before
we sleep.
I'll pray and I want to mention her to God. Mazee, work on this person. Work on this person. As in, vile na feel sahi. But I just pray a general prayer and say thank you. I'll not even mention that topic.
This is where intentionality comes, when you can even pray and bless her. Against your feelings. Kwa hiyo prayer, by the thank you Lord for this wife. Thank you for what I need. Bless her tomorrow. Bless her and me. Even mention the things that, even the things that she doesn't think you're paying attention to. I told my wife, just pay attention to how I treat my friends, because the way I treat my friends is the way definitely you should expect I'm treating you. And I think there was a time one of my friends let me down. When I really wanted them to be there for the support. But I said, this is my friend. Whatever you ask, I'm gonna show up. And she got surprised at how are you still? And I told her, if I'm not gracious with my friends, don't expect me to be gracious with you. If I'm not sacrificial with the people I call friends, even if they let me down, how do you expect me to be the same? Because that's when you're saying you're dating someone and you meet their friends, you expect to see what kind of relationship they have. And if they're intentional with their friends and they have the intent to sacrifice themselves to their friends, then expect the same for you. If they're not, if they sweat the small stuff with their friends, definitely just
the small stuff with you as well.
Exactly.
You see, why I enjoy what you mentioned about intentional sacrifice is, you know, the 5 love languages. Now, this my love language might fall sort of in acts of service. But how I call it is my love language is sacrifice. Meaning, if you are unable to do something, by every means you are unable to do something, but you still find a way of doing it, that shows me that you love me. As husbands, we are called to love our wives sacrificially. Meaning, you give, just like Christ loved the church, you give your life for your wife. So meaning you give your comfort, you give away your comfort. In fact, that is one of, when you start living with someone, that comfort, throw it out the window. you sacrifice. It's not just your comfort; it's your time. Because those are some of the little things that you think, I don't need to sacrifice my time a lot.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50, and no. There are times when you will be exhausted. You come home and you are tired, and your wife tells you, garbage na collectwa kesho asubuhi.
Yeah.
And because I know you leave very early in the morning, can you take it?
Sahi. Nani usiku.
And you're on 6th floor. And the garbage disposal
iko chini.
So umeingia, in fact, umeingia like you say, umeingia umeshawa umetulia. Then nakwambia, si kesho narauka. Then see unini upeleke this garbage iko chini. They're thinking, but because I am called to sacrifice, I'll do it. And what you're saying is, and we talked about this, when you get into a relationship, especially marriage, the marriage setting, it's never 50-50.
It's never.
So mimi nimefanya part yangu, wewe hujafanya yako. No. It's always give 100, she gives 100.
Because most people don't get it when they're saying they want to share the rest of their life. It's everything about you. You're giving it. Not only the good and the bad stuff, but committing to give. It's not expecting. Remove, and it's something that I had to learn from. Because my wife usually, what expectation do you have of me? And I kept answering, I do not have any expectation. The only thing I came here to do is share my life with you. Whatever you decide to share, now that's up to you. It's the same thing with friendship. You do not come in with an expectation. You come in to give. It's that kind of sacrificial. You come in to say, hey, I want to be there for you. I want to show you who I am, my weaknesses, my strengths, my resources. And if both of you now come with that same intention, now that's where no one is being, you will never feel shortchanged. The shortchanging comes in when you feel you're giving 100, but at some point you feel like this person is not. And there's that feeling that usually comes, like, I feel like I'm giving all of myself, but I feel like you're holding something back. And those are the issues that come up, and it shows in different ways.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all live different lives. We all have different characters. But there are some core principles and guidelines that still cut across every individual, still cut across every family setting, and still cut across every relationship. Now, society might have taught you a thing or two about what to do in your relationship. Society might have taught you a thing or two about what a man is, or what a woman is, or what a man should be, or what a woman should be. But we believe that the Bible is the final authority. What is God saying about your situation? What is God saying about your character? Forget your spouses. What is God saying to you? Now, forgetting the norm of the society, you need to go back to what the example that Christ set for us. Christ gave us a charge, which I feel is really a big responsibility for you to take so lightly. So as a man in a relationship, there are things that are expected of you, not by society, not by your spouse, but by God. And those are the things that we need to honor. We should love unconditionally, and we should love sacrificially. There's no two way about that. That is a call to men. Now, let me leave you with this question. If nothing was to change about your spouse today, are you still willing to live with that same person for the rest of your life?